Today we're looking at similar polygons. Polygons are similar if they have the same shape but different size. Polygons are similar if their angles are congruent and their sides are proportional. The ratio of corresponding sides is called the scale factor. And if polygons are similar, then their parts are also proportional. So the scale factor is simply the ratio of the sides of the shapes. So in this case, it says to do from ABC to DEF, so we're going to put the 8 first, and then the 12, and then simply reduce that. So divide them both by 4, we're down to 2 to 3. And the order does matter, so if they switch it on us, if they say DEF to ABC, we simply switch the order of the scale factor. And the perimeter is the same, has the same ratio as the scale factor, so in this case it'll just be 3 to 2. A similarity statement just says this thing is similar to that thing, and the symbol we use is a little tilde like that. And to write a valid similarity statement, you have to match the corresponding angles with their sides, or match the corresponding angles with each other and the sides with each other. And to do that, we just have to name them in the same order. So A is going to be matched with D. So I'm going to say triangle ABC. The first order doesn't matter, but the second order has to match it. So I said A is matched with D. So I'm going to have to start with D. And then B is matched with E. And I'm just looking at these little marks and the angles to know which ones are congruent. So the next one, so B was second, so I'm going to put E second. And then F is matched with C. So that's a similarity statement. You just have to make sure the order stays the same throughout. So if we want to list all congruent angles and write a proportion that relates to corresponding sides. So the congruent angles is pretty straightforward. The proportion, you're just going to write equal ratios of the corresponding sides. So the name of this triangles is really the best place to find the corresponding parts. So angle J has to match with angle P, so I know angle P and J are congruent. And then I know angle K and M because they're both second. So angle K is congruent with angle M. And I know angle L is congruent with angle N. So for the sides, I look at the first two with the first two. Because JK is going to be a side here that's going to match up with PM on the side of the other triangle. So I know that JK is going to make a ratio with PM. And I know that it's going to be equal to the second two with the second two. So KL with MN. And the last ratio is going to be the first with the last. So J with L and P with N. And that's all there is to it. So number 2 is the same idea. Just look at the names, and that'll tell you what's going to be paired up with what. For number 3, you are doing the exact same thing. You're just going to have 4 different angles and then 4 ratios for their sides. So just be careful with the sides. You have JK is going to match up with QR, and then KL with RS, LM, SP. And then don't forget about the first with the last. You're going to have J with M and Q with P. So using similar figures to solve for missing measures. In number 4, if the figures below are similar and have a scale factor of 2 to 3, find the value of x. So this 2 to 3 is going to give you your ratio that you set equal to the ratio of the sides in the other two parts. So we're going to have 42 going with x. The order is really important. The 2 is smaller than the 3, right? So you're going to put the smaller quadrilateral above the bigger one in your other one. You just have to be consistent all the way through. And once you got your proportion set up, you simply solve it, cross multiply, just like we were doing in the last assignment. So we have 2x is equal to 126. Then we divide that by 2, and we have 63. And there we go. Number 5 is very, very much the same. Number 6 is a little bit different. The rest of these are going to be all very similar to each other. But number 6 does not give us the scale factor, but it does give us the similarity statement. And remember, in the similarity statement, the first one's matching up with the first one. So angle A is matching with angle D, and angle B is matching with angle E. So if you could imagine this triangle over here getting flipped over so that E matches up with B. D is going to be somewhere over here, and then F would be somewhere here. So what that tells us is that the 25 is going to be corresponding with the x, and the 20 is going to be corresponding with the 28. So that will set up your ratios. So you have 25 to x or x to 25. Doesn't matter how you start, but you just have to match it. So then I have to do 20 to 28. And then I simply cross multiply and solve. The rest of these are very much the same again. When you get to 8, you're going to have a binomial. But other than that, it's exactly the same. Solving the proportion will just take you a little bit longer than number 6. So finish up the rest of those and get them turned in.